afternoon, everybody. Coach Justin here, the Fit Cop Dad. I hope that you guys all had an amazing 4th of July weekend, whether that you were stuck at work. Hopefully, maybe you got some of that good holiday pay. Otherwise, if you're able to enjoy it with your friends and family. What did you do this past weekend? So maybe just put it in the comments. Today's training, we're going to talk about the top 3 ways that you can get back on track with your health and fitness after the 4th of July weekend. So before I dive in, if you haven't caught some of my posts, I am having a tuition giveaway in honor of my 4th anniversary last week. So I already handed out 2 tuition credits, which you can think of it as a like partial scholarship to a college. So if you want to get that financial reward for taking action by joining the academy, so that if you're a cop dad who is looking to lose 15 pounds of stubborn body fat and replace it with toned muscle by Labor Day, you may be a good fit. So just comment or direct message me tuition to learn more details. So just because you message me tuition doesn't mean that that I'm just going to sell you right away, right? We have this enrollment process. I don't want either of us to waste our time. So we're just going to chat in Messenger to make sure that you're a good fit. And then we're just going to hop on a quick call and see, if you are. So again, comment or DM me tuition to learn about that. Okay. So in years past, when if I had a 4th of July on a Thursday and I had the weekend off, how many of you would turn like a holiday into a holi-weekend, right? You would maybe like, okay, since it's Thursday, I overindulge on beer, barbecue, grilled food. Like, what did you have? Like, put in the comments what you had over the 4th of July weekend. And if you already like overindulge on one day, you're probably going to be like, well, like maybe I'm just going to indulge all weekend, right? I can start over on Monday, right? And how many of you then, Monday comes around, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, holy crap, who is that guy? Who is that gal, right? You're just kind of beside yourself. If you had been working hard on your fat loss or gaining that muscle, you might look in the mirror and you feel like you're Winnie the Pooh, right? And it's like all my gains are lost or all my progress is lost, and we get easily discouraged. So if it's you, like maybe just put in the comments if that has been you. And you're not the only one, right? I've done it to where that, again, I had a long weekend of drinking, and lots of times when we're drinking, then we're also making poor food choices. And you look at yourself in the mirror and it's like you're a totally different person. And you can easily feel discouraged. You can easily feel demotivated by losing that progress. So I've totally been there. But before you go down this rabbit hole of like the whole world is ending, just remember a couple of these things. And I'm going to make this a little classroom style. So if you give me 1 second here, I should be able to, I tested this out. So hopefully it should go to this iPad I have over here. All right, here we go. So kind of like to make it classroom style. So if you guys kind of like this, just kind of let me know. I always like to know what my audience likes. So number 1, just because you got, actually, I'll kind of shut this off. Sorry about that. I built up all that momentum, and then I'm like, maybe it's not worth it. So just because that you spend 4 days of losing weight, 4 days of overindulging and having a lot of beer, a lot of barbecue. Just like you can't get skinny in 4 days, doesn't mean you're going to get fat in 4 days. Okay. Now, maybe you look at yourself in the mirror and you feel like all the progress is gone. But I bet that's, not all fat. All right. It could be like number two. The second thing to keep in mind, and again, whether it's 4th of July or you just have an overindulgence on your weekend off, this pertains to you. Sodium and carbs retain water. So look at all the foods that you like to overindulge. If it's like chips, pizza, like fatty foods, salty foods, whatever it is, again, that will retain a lot of water. So then when you look in the mirror, it might be like, well, holy crap, like I used to be able to maybe see my abs, even like I see the outline of it, and now I look 20 weeks pregnant. Or perhaps, especially if you have a food that you normally don't have in your daily routine, and then you have it, maybe your digestive tract just reacts to it and you get bloated. Like it was last week. I love hummus. And I get these little individual cups from Costco, so I don't get like the big dish and like overindulge, right? But I haven't had it. I hadn't had it in a while. And when I remember I had it, and then it was like that night before bed, I was brushing my teeth and I just looked bloated. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And I was kind of just going through my day of like all the food that I ate. And everything that I had that day was in my typical routine besides the hummus. Like it had been maybe like a couple weeks since the last time I had hummus. So I think it was a sign like, hey, maybe chickpeas just makes me bloated. So perhaps you had something over the 4th of July weekend that you typically don't have, and that bloat just makes you pregnant or pregnant looking. So maybe put in the comments like if there's like any foods, whether it's beer, beans, anything that would maybe give you that bloat. So if you had carbs, if you had water, if you had a food that your digestive tract doesn't like and makes you look bloated, just wean off of that stuff for just a couple of days. I'm not saying you have to go keto and you have to give up all the carbs, but if you just say, if you had like 10 portions of carbs, and now if you like just even reduce that to say like 5, then you're probably like going to like get rid of some of that water weight. And especially if you eat fruits and vegetables and try to lean off some of the processed stuff, that you will again start leaning out. So number one, you're not just because you look like you might have gotten fat in 4 days, just like you can't get skinny in 4 days, you didn't get fat in 4 days. More likely you just overconsumed some food that makes you feel bloated. And number three, the best thing right now is just to get back on track right now. Okay. How many of you, when you start your health and fitness journey, you're just crushing it for several weeks, and you're like, I'll take like a day off, which is fine, but then one day turns into a week, 1 week turns into a month. How often has that happened to you? Put that in the comments. And so just get right back on track. One of my students, Jim, shout out to Jim out there, he's kicking some butt. He, like when we're having our coaching check-ins, if he has like a bad moment or he has a cheat meal, I like his, like, basically his slogan's like, no big deal. Just get right back on track. Everything's like no big deal. You had a 4-day weekend, no big deal. Get back on track. Like if we play the long game, like if you're in this for 4 years, which 4 years creates an identity, like people want an identity shift, or even say like a lifestyle change. Well, lifestyle change takes like 18 months, but an identity change, just like a freshman in college goes to a senior in college, they have their identity changes. if you're in this for 4 years, well, then 4 days where you overconsumed on beer and barbecue isn't going to throw you off. So just get right back on track. So hopefully, just these little tips, have helped. I am uploading all of these kind of videos into my YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube, who's on YouTube on here? Who spends a lot of time on YouTube? Maybe put in the comments. But if you search Fit Cop Dad, all one word, Fit Cop Dad, then you will find my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And then I'm thinking about having a podcast. I'm contemplating launching something next month, because I know, again, when you fit cop dads are on patrol, you guys need something to listen to. So if you would be interested, if you're like, hell yeah, Justin, a podcast would be awesome, just put in the comments podcast. And I can at least, start recording some episodes and then, let you guys know ahead of time. So that does it. So again, my tuition giveaway, I have 2 spots left in my tuition giveaway. Who is this for? This tuition giveaway into my Cop Transformation Academy. These are the fit cop dads who are looking to get back in shape when right now your summer has just been prioritized doing house honey-to-do projects, house projects, working all your overtime shifts, going to all your kids' extracurriculars. And because you're, as a first responder heart, and as a dad or a husband heart, you're always used to prioritizing everyone else before yourself. And because of that, maybe now you're feeling tired all the time. Maybe that you're not looking the way that you want and you're not feeling confident, so that you're wearing t-shirts or tank tops at the beach rather than taking them off. Or that vest that you're wearing is starting to get a little snug. Same with that gun belt. Maybe you're just feeling a little more irritated that, that you're stressed and pissed off from work and that you don't blow off that steam. Or it's always like work, 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 and no downtime for you. Summer is halfway over. How do you want to finish your summer? Labor Day is just like 7.5 weeks away. If you started today, you could easily be 15 pounds down, and maybe depends on how much weight you want to lose. Maybe start seeing your abs, start seeing that toneness in your arms, and finish the summer strong. So if you're a dad who is looking to get these workouts done in less than 45 minutes and not being on a stupid diet, just comment or DM me tuition, and I'll tell you more about the Cop Transformation Academy. And then if you qualify, you can earn one of these financial rewards. So thank you for tuning in. Stay safe and take care.